us giving different talks. I hope you have received the emails, but the attendance is not that encouraging because of the timing. I think the end of the year, a lot of assessments, our own assessment as well. Today he will be giving on talks on iPad, iTunes, how to use technology for teaching purpose. So without further ado, I will pass the floor to Kamal. So if you have any question, anything afterwards also you can ask him. He will be with us until mid of January in Mechanical Engineering Department. You can contact me or through Amirul, you can contact him.
Okay, just to set up.
Macam mana bagi dia tinggi sikit? Bagi dia kat atas.
Thank you very much for this afternoon, not workshop, this is the introduction to iTuneU. Have you gone through iTuneU course or seminar before? So this is introduction. So hopefully after this it will encourage you to use iTuneU. iTunes, you need to have iPad, and the computer depend Apple or PC, Microsoft Windows, no problem. There are few things that I should highlight. Today it is about iTunes, and this is the apps. This is one of the apps for Apple. The apps, another apps which is related to iTunes, which is very much related. The other three, they call it iBooks, Air Server, and Notability. And I've been using this for more than 3 years, and I want to share with you the benefit of this. I'm using wireless, so you can see here, if I'm not having the computer or any, I can use my iPhone. So this is the example of the advantage of Apple. To be honest, just last year I'm using Mac. So before that I'm using Windows. But iPad, I've been using that for more than 4 years. So mostly if you have iPad, enough for you to have this ATU. So this is my name. I'm from UKM. So this is the advantage of using iPad. Okay. Now I switch to iPad. I bring this anywhere in the class. So there are many apps for Apple. Most of them free, and most of them also you have to pay. The most that I pay was 6 ringgit, six US dollar. That was Quran. But the rest, the most was $3, which is Last time 10 ringgit. So you bring your family to dinner, it more than that. Yeah? Which is this, the notability. Now it increased to I think $6. So make sure that you grab that first. The notability now I saw it is 599. Before that only 299. 299 times 3 it is about 10 ringgit. But the benefit of notability I will show you later. Okay, IQU, this is the one. So first IQU. Have you downloaded the IQU already? Okay, IQU. This is LMS. No, not LMS. LMS, Learning Management System. If you have in this university the learning management system, you can use that. In UKM there is LMS. They call it iFolio, but that is compulsory for all. And I asked the director, if I'm using IQU, is it possible to change? Yeah, you can use. It is similar, and this is free. So if you have iPad, then you can use this IQU. Easily download that, or maybe you have iPad, it is already there. I cannot remember because it was a few years ago. Very easy enough to start, and also have the capability to have more, advanced facilities. Okay, I just that IQU. If you have any question, just raise, because this is not. I hope this is not very stiff. I'm teaching the computational method for undergraduate 3rd year, and also finite element method 4th year. My colleague did numerical method in UTEM, so he shared with me. The UKM have many subject on Islamic studies, because that faculty they have to have this IQU for PJJ. This is distant learning. Okay. Easy enough. When I know this IQU, it takes me only one night to develop this course. So if you have that, you can open it and then put all your notes or your material in this IQU. Okay, an example. I take the first one. That is the drone, on small drone. I like to play drone. Very small, and I have also the big drone. So one of the problem-based learning that I apply in other subject is how to maneuver the drone. So just click that. This is the environment, the overview of the subject. Normally you have the title, you have the code, university, session start, and when did you create update. This is today. I just update one material, okay, and then department. So this is the synopsis of the course. Make the course fun enough to the student. So it is an interesting course for engineering students. At the end of the course, this is normally what you have in the synopsis. Okay. The second one, it covers on several items or topics. So this is the topics such as introduction to numerical method, linear, system of equation, blah blah blah. And then this course is designed to narrow down the gap between field of engineering and mathematics. Last time when I was a student, the lecture was from mathematics, and we are from engineering. Sorry, very difficult to understand. Mostly very abstract. If you have linear system of equation, they are putting all the equation, and suddenly at the end of the class, we don't know why we are using that. So after some time, we know that AX equal to B. There are very much application in engineering. So but the lecturer didn't give anything, just mathematics. So I put that the beauty of this computation method to narrow down the gap between engineering and mathematics. So that is the overview. And then you have instructors, depend on you. For Apple, this is considered a must to put your biodata. And then the outline. Okay, chapter 1, chapter 8. I may explain this later, but I proceed to references. So you put all the references or whatever you want, and then outcome. Although this is in Malay, the class was conducted in English, so I'm not change it to English. Alright, outline. So chapter 1, it is about computer software and errors. You just click there, and you have the link. Whatever in chapter 1, you can have that. For example, this one. So this is the link, and also you can have that in the list. I will give you example. Okay. I take the second one. So you can give assignment, and also okay. This is like normal LMS, but the beauty is whoever have this iPad, they can download all the notes. Yeah.
What the difference between this and the e-learning platform that we have in those students?
It is similar. It is similar. Using iPad or using other?
For example, the student can access to normal PC as well, and also iPad. I think for e-learning platform that we have in UTB, I think we have similar.
Yeah, this is another alternative. In UKM, they have iFolio, so student can have that. Also similar. Okay. All right. You can see this cloud, which has not been downloaded to this iPad. After you have download here, it is in here. So the student can make it offline. So if they don't have the internet, or maybe the file is big, so they don't have to have internet. So just download. For example, this one. This is already download. If they find they want to take out or delete, just have that and then delete. Remove from course, remove from device, just take out. again it will give that, so it is not safe in this device. Maybe the video is big, so once they download, it become part of the device. After they have that, they can delete. Okay, this is PDF file, this is a movie, this is a website, this is PDF, this is also PDF, this is one of the apps, this is also web, this is PowerPoint, this is another apps. Okay. Not connected. Okay. To be blended learning, you have to have all these videos, document, apps, images, and all this. So the question whether this is similar to other learning management system, it is similar. Okay. So that is iTunes. Within one night, you can develop this iTunes.
How to download iTunes? I didn't come from this.
Not yet.
Yes.
That is Apple.
Yes.
Is that in the?
No, that's why I don't know how to download.
It's automatically
Okay.
Automatically download?
when it's already installed usually.
Yeah,
Together with iBooks.
normally pre-installed.
Install.
But if not, you just
App Store.
have that in App Store. Yeah. Okay, that is one. Any question on ITU?
So I have one question. Okay, from the lecturer point of view, it's easy. On the go, we can prepare our material. For the students, when they access, how do they access? Do they need to have this setup, or they can access it on Windows-based or other stuff? And if they cannot access, someone have this kind of. Some of the students have the facility, but some do not have because of unavailability of the hardware. They have to buy. It becomes compulsory for them.
This is one of the options. If you have this iPad, you can use that as your teaching. But the student, if they have the iPad, they can have all the course. But if they don't have, that is the difficult.
So meaning that they must have directly. If you have, you are a lecturer. Like in this room, there are two guys who have that. We don't have something like that. Will be created in class, right?
Yeah.
But is there any way that you can use iPad, but you can also access the same thing on other devices like Android or equivalent to it or any other?
At the moment, no. At the moment, no.
So you must have that particular device to
Yeah.
access this.
The second one is iBooks. I've been using this also, and found this is another option. It is not everybody can use as long as they have this. Okay, iBook. It is also have yeah. And if you have this iTunes, you already developed the course note, you can share with others. Okay, iBook. You can read all the PDF file. For example, this is a paper. This is a book, Fundamental Operation. This is a very big book. And also the course note that you develop, and it also become the album. I should show this first, the album. Right. Last 2 months I was in Japan, so from first to 31st. So this is the album. So just put all your photos and become a book. During that time there was a heavy flood in Japan. Right? Not many people in that university, so we pray Jumat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can have any type of layout. For example, this. Okay. 2 months with that chapter 1, only 1 day in Fujiyama, and another day in Nagato. So normally when we go overseas, we just take photo, and it seems that with that 2 months you only go sightseeing. No, it is that. And this is the example. So you have Fujiyama, and then you can have that video. Hopefully it works. When you drive car towards Fujiyama, the road, the tire and the road give you the music, the Japanese old music. Okay, that is one of the example. You can have that iBook to become photo. And then this example, I think Dr. Dereji love this mechanical vibration. Okay, if you have a book, it is a static book. Student read, like PDF, but here it is an interactive. For example, so you have that. Okay, and you have that equation. Just the student click here, give the explanation of that. If it is one verse, easy to the student understand.
So you create downloads using ITU.
This is part of ITU. This is iBook. This is iBook, and you can part that iBook in ITU.
The animation you did in iTunes ebook.
Yeah, another apps in the iPad. Okay, you can have that. That is vibration. I did a small on this. This is based on student FYP project. But not many. This is what we see here. This is only a static, but to make it good, so we have this example, and this example in the book you have album, or you just insert the album, and to explain this, student can just click on that, and you have all the explanation inside. But this is using iBook. Yeah, more interactive. And then you have this.
Okay. Do we need another software or another app to create those interactive features? Or
Interactive you can have in the another apps in Apple. It's just download.
and then after that you embed with this one?
Yeah. Okay, you can have quiz there. This is also easy. Just plug in the question which one is not the final element software. If just pick A, it is wrong. So B, answer, no. C, yes. So that is the book, iBook. Similarly, if you have paper, you just read from that. You can make it big. So that is paper, normal PDF. Okay, that is iBook. I found iBook is very interactive, especially the vibration. It is difficult to explain the engineering part, then rather than the PDF or the static book. Okay, the second last is this one, the notability. Previously it is only 10 ringgit. Now it increased to $6, which is what, 25 ringgit. And I found very useful. We call it notability. Okay, for example, here, the FYP. The student no need to give the hard copy, and they email you the PDF, and you can make that correction on the iPad. I found it very useful. There are hundreds of theses inside here. When I was in Japan last time, I saw one person from another university, Malaysia. He bring 2 theses in his backpack, to which they have to review. So you can have this, all the theses in the iPad, and depend on you. If you have the pen for iPad, you can have this, or you can just use your finger. This is costly. Huh?
Stylus, huh?
Yeah, stylus, bamboo stylus. It costs you 200 ringgit. Don't use this. Normally I'm using, if I don't have this, I just use finger. So you have, for example, this. Or you want to make note there. It is not like you read in computer. People normally are tired when you read in computer, but here it is like you are reading the book. You can have 20 minutes. This is very useful, and you can save this here and also sing in the computer.
Can you save PDF file?
Sorry,
Can
save.
you save PDF file?
Sorry,
PDF.
this is PDF.
Yeah.
This is PDF. And after that, after you make that correction,
So only PDF form. They don't accept other form.
they will convert to PDF. And the student who receive this, they cannot edit anymore. You see that arrow here? After you finish that, just have, you can email or you can save in the cloud. You can email straight away and you can have, or you can print. You have the wireless Wi-Fi printer and you just print. Okay, I found this notability, although it is 10 ringgit last time, it is very useful. In teaching also you can have a blank space there. Then you can have so different color. Input. Or if you don't have, you not bring the pen, or maybe expensive, this is expensive pen, you can have your finger. Okay. Different color. You can save, then you can. If you have the outline for student, very basic outline, you can have in here, and then you can do whatever. Then send it to the iFolio. What is the system that you're using here? The MOOC. Is it the MOOC? You got the MOOC, Massive Open Online Course. I don't know here. What is the system? Yeah, then Moodle. So you can upload this to Moodle, then the student can download. Okay. If you go overseas and they need try to find a letter. Is it here? You can fill, you can fill form, any rubber stamp, and also you sign. You can sign through here. So you have that, maybe in black. So you sign here. Not good. So you just send this. Hopefully it is bigger in EDP, I don't know. So that is notability. I found it very useful, very, very useful. I don't know similar apps in other in Android. I annotate. Last time they have an option of this. They call it I annotate, but very expensive. Previously $10 US. So last time this is $3 US. So I choose this, and very useful. Okay, the last one is Air Server. Air Server. How can I communicate with the computer and iPad? Is using iServer. Have you heard Apple TV? I have this Apple TV, but seldom use. This is Apple TV. It costs you how many? Maybe 300 ringgit. But if you don't have this, don't buy this. The option on that is Air Server. Air Server, if you compare 300 ringgit and 50 ringgit, which one you want to have? The Air Server only $15 US. So if you have that, you can download in your computer, Mac or Windows. Then you can communicate with the computer. Okay. So I have already downloaded here. And you can record. So I'm now recording what I say now, and let's see what happens. Okay, in movie. Save. So having that, you can save whatever you have. So for example,
the system of the equation, we are going to see few methods, which is first the elimination approach, second the decomposition method,
This
and
is
finally
using
the iteration method.
answer.
The matrix inverse
Not necessarily pre-teaching. You can
condition
do
are
teaching and then you
characteristic
can
for
save that.
matrix, which
whatever
is
you
also
have.
important in solving system of linear equation. The incomplete and redundant system are considered the advanced topic, and before that we will see the introduction first.
Right? So while you are do the teaching the lecture or any talking, you just save using that as a, and then you can edit. So that is the beauty of as a, and also this notability. Okay, I promise you to have 4. One is iTunes U. You can have the course note in one night, easy to use, and then it also give you an advance if you want to have more. Second one is iBooks, which is also good for the iterative note. The third one is notability, which is I've been using that for 3 years, very useful. And the last one is Assemble. So last, I give you an example of this. This is the this one. This is also iBook example. Algo, remember Algo last time? He did this. Okay. It is similar with that iBook that I mentioned to you, and very iterative. For example, on this, and then this photo give you more. Introduction. Second is the first chapter. Second chapter. This is the video. Example this. So this iterative. Just put your finger there and give all the information, and you can close them. This is interesting. Blow, not very clear. Blow into the microphone to generate some wind. Can you blow? Just blow here, the microphone. Much more. So it moving. It's moving. So it shows you the animation of to light up the house and so the battery. And if there's no wind, so you just use this to light up the. So this is one of the examples for the iBook. Okay, that is the overview. If you are interested, then we can go for the how to develop that. With that, I can please, and if you have a question, just ask me. Okay. Do you have the iPad?
Yeah.
One question. Since you're familiar with the iPad, is there any software or any apps that can edit words, which is very compatible? Because nowadays, in order to integrate between words with the EndNote, in iPad is quite a problem. So if we can use these words in order to integrate with the EndNotes, so we easily can write paper from using the iPad, I think it would be better.
EndNote?
Yeah. Do you have any ideas on that? Because this is the very best, for me, it's best gadget in order for us to bring here and there. Right, it's very mobility. So, do you have any apps?
I thought it is only edit using iPad, but if you incorporate the EndNote, maybe quite difficult. But without EndNote, do you have any difficulty?
Yeah, because nowadays, in order for us to do some reference, it is better to use angle, so you can just intervene without having to.
I can say no. You cannot use EndNote as easy as in the iPad. The best is computer.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's only to assist you.
Okay.
If I do all the paper writing, I use computer. But not more than 1 hour. You have to stand up, then do it again. So the best is computer, still computer. But how many hours you spend in front of computer? Maybe let's say half of the time in front of computer. I found I spend half of the time in front of iPad. So don't spend long time in front of computer. So if you have something, your watch, this is the iWatch. So they alert me after 1 hour, they vibrate. So please stand up. So the alert. So I have to follow this. Don't everybody here. I think you're very hardworking. You want to finish your work as early as possible, but watch out of your health. So after 1 hour, if something not giving you any indication, you just continue 2 hours, 3 hours. If you have something, then follow that. So this one gives you only 1 hour. Then you stand up for 2-3 minutes. Then you can sit down again. Okay. I hope it will give you an overview of this, and it increase your productivity. Although it need time to do work. 1 hour is not enough. I think in one day you need to spend 8 hours in work. But you need to be productive. 8 hours sometimes not enough. Do something here, do something there. And then during meeting, sometimes it drag more than 2 hours. You can do work here. Many things. That's all. If you want to have more, I can show you the iCloud. You have all the clouds. I make use of the clouds. Drive, Dropbox, Box, OneDrive. My cloud is my own personal cloud at home. And you buy the external hard disk, it costs you 300 ringgit. But I chose 300 ringgit with cloud. So you have that. Just plug in your the Unify, become your cloud. So this is 2 tera. But after UKM give me unlimited drive, that is unlimited. As long as I'm in UKM, unlimited, so seldom use my cloud. Previously, yes. Previously, I'm using my cloud. So, okay. There are many things here. You can see it.
Maybe you can assist us on the first thing that you talked, the first 10 minutes, about you,
iTunes U.
how to download the...
Okay. I mentioned to you, computer is the best, right? Computer. I can open iTunes U here. iTunes U. whether you using computer to develop your course note or directly from your iPad. So from here you register the iTudio. This is your Apple ID. Start with create new course. Just click this. If you have already have, so you have this. So from here, you can develop the course. This is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Very easy. You have all the material. Just drag in. So you can have that. I found if you straight away in your iPad, you have difficulty to get all the file. After you finish that, save automatically sync into your iPad.
You can do it also in the window environment?
Yes, this also can be in Windows. I just used my Mac 1 year ago. So I love this. After more than 20 years, I'm using Windows. So now no more Windows. For example, this. So you just edit here.
All the outline course outcome is there already, or we need to add in? Or just the references, or we need to add page? Left hand side page. The left hand side?
Here.
Yeah, all this
Yeah, already here.
already there.
Yeah. This is already here. Overview, instructor, outline. I think 1, 2, 3, yes. But course outcome, references, you can add by having add new pages.
How do you give access to the students? Like you have new course here, for example, and then
The student want to access
this, or you want to give access for only few those who are registered to that course, something like that.
You go to down here, the admin. Enroll, you have the code here. So you give this to the student. You can take that as example. Just enroll new from me. So that is if you develop new code, it will give you that. Is it okay? This is very easy. When I asked, the director for teaching and learning, whether this can replace the e-learning, yes, it can. But you need to have iPad.
The problem is the student needs to access it, they need to have an iPad, right?
Yes, this environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is not many students have that.
Not only students, we don't have. On the interactive book, for example, materials, for example, it can be in Windows or others. What are the specific apps that you use? For example, the wind standard. It's the wind energy. It's good to show to the student, so that they can easily, grab the concept. There are any alternative apps in others as well to create such kinds of animations?
You can have whatever apps you have in which is available, but the most developed by people, not in apps, not in Apple. I can show you. This one, the Hypes. They are using HTML5. Yeah, this is the one that do many animation. This is not Apple. This is they call it Kamal Hype 3.5. They are using HTML5, and if you have the Android background, you can still have this. You can still use this. This is very useful. The standard is $50, but the professional one, the Pro, $100.
You need to buy this one.
This is not Apple, but using this, they can help you do all the animation.
The one you did in the like one plus.
Yeah, just using this. And if you have this, it helps you a lot. If you develop the website, animation website, you can have this. If you want to know, then take all the example here, then see the capability. So this, I already give you this. I'm going to take photo of you. Here. Okay. I'm using this when the student do the tutorial or anything, and if they want to share, so just take this and everybody can see.
So this gonna be iPad, iPhone, and
Yeah.
so how to what is it?
Using Air server.
Server.
Yeah.
Okay, server.
Air server, it costs you $15.
This is apps, is it?
Yeah.
Server.
The Air server, not only for Mac, it can be Windows. Okay, just example. So whoever do the correct answer, you can share. Okay. Normally my talk not more than 1 hour, so I think we end this session. And if you have any question, just ask me.